Hello everyone, Ish here, and today I'm going to be doing week 5 of the Margaret Miller Collage Challenge 2023. And in this week, we're looking for $1 a toy, sand or stone, something cold, a clock or time, a photo, and bonus something that came in the mail. So those are our prompts for this week. Again, I'm using my Moleskine journal, and it's just a sketch journal, so the pages are quite thin, so it doesn't really hold up for a lot of multimedia. But yeah, so the images that I collected for this week, I was working with some watercolors on deli paper, so I thought I might add that just kind of as a background, just an abstract background. I do have a card from Project Life I thought I might throw in there. The dollar toy, I'm using a model of a Volkswagen camper van. I think it was a dinky toy. And then for sand or stone, kind of going along the theme of the camper 60s, is a surfer couple with the sand in the background. Something cold is going to be the lemonade and clock or time. I have clocks here that I can use for the image. And a photo. Again, I'm going back to this picture, which is a picture that was taken at the beach, and something that came in the mail. I'm thinking I'm going to use this. This came from a card that one of my good friends had sent me, and it had a bunch of these in the across here, and I've just cut one out. So I might use that as the thing that came in the mail. So, and then I have a couple embellishments. So those are my prompts. So I'm going to just start, I think, with doing a little bit of blending. I'm not that great at blending, but we shall endeavor. I just kind of wanted to go a little bit around the outline of this. I wasn't really going to use a background this time. I was just going to blend, but I had got this book at a yard sale, and some of the pages, the binding has just kind of started to give, where I have torn out some pages that were in there previously. But I think this is the last page that I'm going to have to put a little band-aid across the binder. So I'm just a little bit going around the edge. That's all, just to help this blend it into the page some. And we can always touch it up afterwards. I love Tim Holtz, the ink oxides, Distress Oxide. Not to be confused with just the Distress inks. And exactly the difference, I couldn't tell you. I do have some of the other ones, but okay, and I'm kind of happy with that. I can add to that later. So we'll put that aside. And then to tack this down, I'm actually going to use some 3-in-1 glue. And the reason I chose this one is because it's a silicone glue, so it won't add a lot of moisture to the pages, and therefore doesn't cause as much wrinkling of the paper as some glues do when you just glue onto thin paper like this. This is kind of comparable to Collage, if you've heard of Collage. It's harder to get. I'm in Canada, Nova Scotia. It's harder to get Collage here. You can get it, I think, on Amazon. But this 3-in-1, which is the same sort of thing, being a silicone as opposed to PVC glue, you can get this at Michael's or wherever. So we'll just tack this down. Doesn't really even need to go how it went before. I just want to get it kind of even. on the pages and make sure that it's kind of covering that center bit. Before I really tack it down, I also want to stick this underneath there on this edge. And it does tack down quite quickly. So I'll just make sure I get that down. And I wanted to put that kind of like that underneath there. Okay, so any of the edges that doesn't tack down, we can go back and do a little bit of that later. And do a little bit more on that edge a little bit. So today is April, middle of April. I can't believe it. It just seems like I wake up and it's 2 weeks later. I think the older I get, the more I feel like that as well. Okay, so for my next image, which is my dollar toy, is going to be my little model here. And you know, something like this can be a kid's toy or a grown-up's toy, a boy toy or a girl toy. I like a lot of the quote traditional boy toys. Okay, and then we'll put my jug down. I was trying to find some image or thought about what I could use to fill up this, like take this panel out and have the water, the lemonade coming through, but I couldn't find anything really that would suit there. I'm really enjoying doing collage work, and it's nice to have the prompts because it just gives you a inspiration, I guess. So I have this little thing I got at the dollar store, and it's all sticky notes, and I kind of thought that would be good just to put a sticky note there, and then I could have that. It seems very bright in here today. Some days I can't get the lighting just right here. The weather has been exceptionally nice, which always perks people up this time of year. So I thought with the clocks, I could just kind of tuck them in the back there. And a little odd, skewed a little bit, maybe like that. The other thing I had, which I thought would be cute, is like a little clip, like it's on a clipboard. So I think I'll tack that down to the picture, and then think about where I'm going to put it as far as the composition goes. I think that looks good there. So I'm gonna tack down the photo, but not the top edge yet, because then I can tuck the clocks in, and we can always put down the top edge a little later. So I like that. And then we'll put maybe that clock like that. The other thing I had is I found a film roll, which is kind of cool. It's like, I don't know if you can see it. Negatives, I guess. So I thought I might throw that in there. Put that down next. I had this as a die cut in a book I got at one of the fabric places actually around here sells crafty kind of things. And I'm not sure if it came in this exact book, but it is come from a Forever in Time series, and it's just a little book of just cutouts, die cuts. It's kind of nice. Okay, so then we'll put our first clock down. The glue's leaking into my container. Put it off to the side a little bit. And then the same with this one. Okay. And then I found this little peace and love sign, as I said, in a card that one of my best friends sent me, and it just kind of fits the whole theme. I also found in those same die cut books just a few little leaves, and I always think that, you know, little embellishments just kind of help with the whole composition. And then I found this little, finding it hard picking things up, I cut my nails, and this little heart, and I think it was in a different pack of ephemera, and it's just amazing how one little thing can draw your whole picture together. So there we've got all our things. I wanted to do some embellishing, but I wasn't exactly sure where I wanted to go with it, so I found a little washi tape, and you can always use a bit of washi. And this, I'm not exactly sure where I got it. It's probably hard to see it, but it does, the colors do match pretty good. So I thought maybe I would put a couple pieces in there to make it look like an old traveler's notebook. And then I got this bit of washi. I found it on sale, but I think it might be, I could use that bit there. Just tack a little down on the side. Yeah, that's enough for washi. And then I had just, through my happy planner, I found a couple lemons. I was wondering if maybe a lemon might work. A lemon might kind of draw it in a bit. My problem is in doing too much, but I start working on this and I just love it. So then lastly, I get that tacked down. And the thing about Collage, though, or this glue, the silicone glue, is it does dry sometimes with a bit of a shine. So unlike my Elmer's glue, which just dries clear and almost like a matte finish, this sometimes doesn't. But the last thing I was thinking is in this old Stampin' Up, I used to get the Paper Pumpkin. It's a monthly subscription from Stampin' Up. I used to get it from them. Oh, that's cute. All right, well, just going back to the challenge. I think we met the challenge for this time. We've got a dinky toy. We have our sand in our photo, something cold, a clock or time, and then bonus is something that came in the mail. So that's it for this week, and hope I'll see you back for week 6. Okay, bye. Have a great day.